we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no can weather any storm. It's madness.
Lunacy by Joe Fiore. It's madness.
People often ask me, how do I start my day? The answer is, a nice big bowl of cereal. Fill it all the way up, add a little bit of coconut milk. That's good.
All right, here we are, lunch therapy, interview Friday. So excited because I've got Lin Sun on the show today. I can't even hold back my enthusiasm to meet this woman. I've seen her do comedy. She's hilarious. She's a prodigy of comedy. She is waiting in the green room with Boney, sipping on Starbucks, having some, I don't know what they're doing in there, but it's crazy. It's been a great group here today, chat room. We've got Just Jay is here. Howard Aronin is checked in. We've got GINI SIKES. We've got a lot of comedians here. So I hope you're bringing the funny chats, because I don't know. I can't be responsible for what goes on in this show. Namaste. How is this is Kamala Lopez asking Just Jay, the comedian, how her wing is doing, her little wing. She's got a little injury, a major injury on her hand. And oh yeah, Jay makes towels for us. So this is the, for those of you who don't know, if you watch the show, you are automatically in the Cult of the Hummingbird, which is an organization. It's a kinder, gentler cult where you can do whatever you want. You can have whatever dogma you want. We don't care. You can leave, you can come, you can go, you can laugh, you can cry. You can bring your agent to your show. Adam is here. It's great to see Adam, and GINI SIKES is talking about him. Looks like a typhoon is coming at. This is my background. Okay, let's get on with the show. I'm gonna breathe. I'm obviously way too excited. I gotta calm down. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. I hope Lynn is breathing also. Let it go. This is our time to really get in gear, sink in, dig our heels in for the battle that's about to occur. And there's not really a battle, but there will be a contest. There will be a very nice contest. It's going to be comedians and their jokes, part 3, in through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. I hope you're all breathing with me here, because this is a very important thing to do. We will not be able to continue our lives if we do not breathe in through the nose, out through the toes. One more. Hold it. Let it go. Lin Sun, for those of you that don't know, is an amazing comedian. She has her own shows on YouTube as well, and she also has live shows. She's going to tell us all about that, but she does something called Roaring Women in Comedy. She does the Late Night Mom Show. She does the Lin Sun Show. She's also on stage all over Los Angeles in all the big clubs. She's going to give us the inside scoop on comedy for those of you that might need to know. Here it is, Interview Friday with Lin Sun.
I'm gonna drink till I enjoy parenting. I'm a single mom of a 5-year-old boy. Yeah, typically I wear all black to mourn the death of my freedom. Can I bring my 5-year-old to the bar and call him my emotionally support child? Just be like, when he's not here with me, I'm depressed when I drink. When he's with me, I just feel shame. So since he turned 5 years old, I bought him his first tablet and named it Dad. Sometimes I leave him in the car. Quality time with his dad. I have a natural gray hair when I don't dye it, and when I ask people should I dye my hair, my vain Asian friends are like, yes, dye your hair. They're like, we're the model minorities and you're fucking it up for all of us. I'm like, I think eating bats fucked it up for all of us. So I used to be a massage therapist, and by that I mean, you know what I mean. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen.
And ladies and gentlemen, Lin Sun. Welcome to Lunch Therapy. Oh, is she frozen? That was the biggest intro, and now Lynn is either frozen or she's pretending to be frozen. Let's see. Let's check in the chat room here. What we've got going on here. Great set to showcase here. She is a hilarious comedian, as you can tell, and she also is very good at sitting still and not moving at all. She might be. You know, there are people that's their job. They're like human mannequins and they stand completely still. And maybe, I don't know if that was something that Lynn did in the past, but she's really good at it now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to wait for her to come back on. And in the interim, I'm going to show you something really cool. And here it is. Hold on. Am I vamping? Yes, I am. I'm vamping while Lynn's coming back. That's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm going to find you something really relaxing and fun so that you stick around for Lynn when she comes back. She's actually in her car at Starbucks, if you can believe it. And Starbucks internet is really letting us down. But I can handle it, though, because I've handled it before on this show. And she is coming back. She is coming back. This is perseverance here. There she is. I was totally vamping. I was vamping. I was not doing well at it. Let's see what the chat room has to say. Hi, Lynn. You are totally frozen. They're clapping. They're laughing. Oh my God, that was terrible. I thought you were
Sorry
faking
about
it,
that.
maybe. I thought maybe you were faking it. I've had guests on the show fake that before, but that was hilarious.
Fake what? Like
Welcome
they
to the
don't show
show.
up? Sorry. Hi, Joel. Hi,
Hi.
everybody. Hi.
They are really enjoying the frozen face stuff. Just look at her face. This
Was it
is the
frozen?
comment. Yeah, you were just totally frozen there. Just kind of staring at me, like not like with a happy look on your face or anything. It was really
No.
good. Yeah,
Oh
we
my
were
God.
enjoying
I
it.
hope someone got a screenshot.
Well, we'll be able to look at it definitely. How are you
Hi.
doing? So great to see
Hi.
you.
Good. Good to see you.
You are in a parking lot at a Starbucks. Is this right?
Yes, I'm at a Starbucks because it's my drug. I had to have
Yes,
my
you're
drug.
drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See?
that's good. I know, me too. I'm a Starbucks fool. I'm from Seattle, so we just inject that stuff into our veins. I don't care what anybody tells you. You know,
Yeah.
they have a special hookup there that at the drive-through. You just put it right into your arm, and otherwise it doesn't
And
work
take your arm
anymore.
out.
Doesn't even work anymore for most of us because we're so, used to it.
Yeah.
We got to go
Yeah.
mainline it. So how's it going? What's going on
I
with
agree.
you? Super nice to meet you. Super
Oh,
nice to have you on the
Tuffy.
show.
I know. Nice to meet you. You're so soothing and so calm. I don't think I've breathed like that
Oh,
since
good.
2016.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you
Since
finally got some air into your lungs, some oxygen. I'm going to breathe right now. I'm going to breathe right now. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
my
We've got a
God, you're so
great,
soothing.
great group here, too. Terry
I
Russell
know.
says that you look stunning. Rosselli,
Oh,
Terry Rosselli,
Terry.
Terry Rosselli, and
Hey, Terry.
capybaras. I was going to show some capybaras. We're big fans of. Do you know what a capybara is?
Mm-mm.
It's
What is
it's
that?
the world's largest rodent. They're cute as hell. They are so cute. You love them. You would love them. I know it sounds horrific. Um, Adam
Sounds
says
like a
you're not a
possum.
quitter. Adam says you're not a quitter. Is that true?
I am not a quitter. I am not. Not at
That's
all.
good. Yeah, I knew you'd come
Adam
back.
knows since. Hi, Adam. Oh, Adam's our agent.
Adam's our
Man, that's
agent.
so sweet.
It's so great. Adam's been on the show. He's not only an agent, but he's a comedian as well. He won't
Yeah.
tell you he's a comedian. He acts sort of like he's not,
Right.
but
Right.
he is.
But he is.
There's so much going on in the chat room. I can't even tell you. Yes. Oh, your child has been spotted, so we're gonna have to
Yeah.
at
There he
least
is.
introduce him. What is his name?
His name's Ethan. He's 5. He has a bad cold, so he
Oh,
hasn't been
poor
in
guy.
school.
Oh my God.
So I've just been home
This
for
is
a
what
week.
this is the life of the single mom.
Yes. Yes, it
We're
is.
witnessing it right now.
Thank
And
you.
hey,
Thank you for
hi.
thanks for acknowledging that. That's very, it took me a long time to admit that it's very hard,
Yeah.
because my whole
And
life I've been doing everything myself. So I'm like, oh, I got it.
yeah,
I
you
don't
know,
got it.
we really appreciate
I don't.
you. We really appreciate you going, because it's hard enough to be a comedian as it is. But then to
Yeah.
be a comedian as a single mom, I don't know how you do it. How do you manage your time? Do you just multitask like you're doing right now?
I don't clean my apartment. Something's got to go. No, I'm being very serious.
Yeah, it's
Ask
true though.
anybody who's been to my place. Like, the ball's got to drop somewhere, and it's going to be my apartment and my car.
Yeah.
That's just how it's
Well,
going to be.
don't you think? I mean, one of the things about being a comedian or an actor or an artist of any kind, especially when you're like trying to make a living and you're just kind of
Hmm.
starting out, there are some things you kind of have to let slide that maybe other people don't. Do you think that's true?
Right.
Like your housework being one of them, but also some other things too, you know?
Well, as a mom, though, I can speak to that as a parent, because I used to beat myself up for not cleaning my apartment all the time and all that stuff. Not that I was
Yeah.
super clean beforehand,
Hmm.
but once I had a child, it got really bad. And then I used to beat myself up over it. And then my friend finally said, listen, you're a mom now. Life is not the same anymore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
other people have help. So you can't beat yourself up over that.
Yeah.
because other families have two parents,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they can do that. But some things, yeah, you have to let slide. It's true.
And did
You just
you
have to.
started being a comedian after you became a mom, right?
Yeah. It's the reason why I became a comedian.
Really? The reason you
You know,
became a comedian
it's
is
the
because you were a
reason.
mom. Tell me about it. Tell me about
Yeah.
that.
Because I had a child. Well, I mean, I've always liked stand-up comedy, but I never thought I could ever do it, let
Hmm.
alone be good at it. So
Yeah.
once I became a mom, I was like, what can possibly be harder than being a
Yeah.
mom? Like, what is hard? Nothing is harder to me than being a mom. So I'm like, I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna
Hmm.
try it. YOLO. We'll see what happens. And
Hmm.
it ended up being something I was really good at. So
What did you do
lucky
in the
for me.
beginning?
But
Did you take classes from somebody in particular? Do you have a
yeah,
mentor? Yeah.
yeah, I would never have gotten good at what I do without classes. So I recommend that. But when you take a class, take it seriously. Don't just take the class, for funsies. So anyway, I took Pretty Funny Women,
Yeah. Oh
Pretty
yeah.
Funny
Liz
Women,
Sunstead.
Lisa Sunset.
Or
Yeah, I took
Lisa
Pretty Funny Women,
Sunstead.
and yeah,
Yeah.
and Bobby Oliver, Down Comedy.
Yep. Tao of
So I
Comedy.
took
Oh
them both.
yeah. Both of them
Mm-hmm.
powerhouses in comedy
Yep.
teaching, right? And what do you
Yep.
think? So this is what I want to ask you about too. Do you actively write jokes every day?
I do not.
How do you
I don't.
write your jokes?
I write jokes. I write my jokes as I live. As I live.
Okay.
So as I'm driving to Starbucks or I'm having a conversation with a friend, usually it's in conversation with a friend is where my jokes come out.
Mhm.
It's where my true self comes out.
So
And
like
then I'll
yeah.
say something. So yeah, so my true self will come out, but then I'll have to also craft it into a stage joke, right?
Mhm.
Because conversation jokes and stage jokes are two very different things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I take that concept or that premise and I'm like, oh, let me craft that into a stand-up joke. But
Mhm.
that's how I write. I don't if I sit down and just write,
Yeah.
nothing ever comes out. It doesn't work for me.
Really. Yeah. So I think that's a really good point. Is for comedians, you have to kind of find your way in and
Yeah.
find your funny and what your method is, because some people are writers and some people are just talkers. Some people, they talk things out and then they go back and look at it. But then it's true though, you have to craft it. You have
Mm-hmm.
to keep crafting it into something that is you have to kind of simplify it, don't you think? Isn't there a little bit
You
of
have
that?
to simplify it.
Hmm.
You have to simplify it a lot. But that's
Yeah.
my style though. I try not to say words that don't belong in the set. So I
Hmm.
try not to do
Yeah.
so like, too much of those or just random details that doesn't need that. Like Bobby Oliver always said, if it doesn't serve the punchline, don't say it.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
since she taught me that, my jokes have been very short
Well,
because
I like
they don't
that
need to
about
know
your
all the details.
comedy. I like that about your comedy. It
Yeah.
is very concise, minimalist. You also have a persona that is different from your actual living persona, I feel like. I feel like your stage persona, I don't know, maybe you can speak to this as
Yeah.
well, but your stage persona is not exactly the way you are in life.
Well, is this a clean show?
No, it's
Oh,
completely
okay.
filthy.
So,
Say whatever you want.
my son has headphones on now, so I'm going to say
Okay,
this.
good.
But stand up is where I can air out my cunt.
Mm,
I
okay.
get to be my cunty side. I get to be that part of me, which is a part of me. It's just that I can't walk around being that person on an everyday life.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't talk about you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
on stand up, I can in stand up I can be that person. And it's like yes, I can just say whatever I want.
That's really interesting. I think a lot of times people become actors because of that as well, because you can be somebody that you're not, and it's kind of fun
Mm,
sometimes to allow yourself
yeah.
to be a villain or and not have the same kind of boundaries that you have in life. And it's part of the reason we watch this stuff too, don't you think? As an audience member, we watch television, we watch comedians, we watch movies because we want to see what would happen if I just did that. What would
Yeah.
happen if I became a drug dealer? You know what I mean? Or what
Yeah.
if I was yeah,
Yeah.
anything. So that's kind of fun.
Right.
Adam Lieblein, this is our agent. We better pay attention. Says, I'm going to use that quote. Stand up. Oh, he's going to use that quote. I don't think that'll work for you, Adam. I don't think it's going to do it.
It's
That's
true.
hilarious.
Oh,
That is
Lord.
so funny. That's great. All right. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to move on to, I'm going to just show you some stuff because you said that you like the relaxing atmosphere on this show. So I'm going to show you some relaxing things and just see, you know, if this can help you out in your day. So let's get on with this.
Okay.
Okay, here I am. You're not here, but soon you will be here because that's the kind of thing I can do in this magic world. Both of you are here. So what do you think about these? These are otters.
Otters?
Yep. And they are at the Oregon Zoo. And they love you, by the way. They're big fans, and they wanted to be on the show. And
Okay.
are you a fan of animals? Are you an animal person?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Okay.
Not to a point where I start rescuing them or anything, but I love them.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. And the Oregon Zoo is one of my favorite places to go to watch animals. I didn't know that otters loved buckets like this, buckets full of water.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
So anytime that you want to relax, you go to this place called the Oregon Zoo on YouTube. And I don't know why I'm advertising it, but I just, you know, I just love their stuff. And I feel like it's a good place to breathe. Bucket full of otters, utterly adorable. Exactly. Utterly. You can get a whole bucket, not offered at KFC. No. Aren't they cute though? Maybe Ethan likes otters too, right? I mean, this is them eating stuff.
Animals.
Yeah.
Oops.
I love animals too. I love that. I love the way they eat. I love the way they sound. I'm going to just put a little bit of the sound on here.
They're pure. They're very pure animals.
They're pure. That's what I love about animals too. That's why I hate to see animal. Yeah. Can you hear? No. Can I? Oh yeah. Cops are coming.
Yeah. Can you hear the background?
Yeah. Don't worry about it though. It's part of the environment. Now, are you driving? Are you driving?
I'm rolling up the window.
This is some ASMR
Oh my God,
soap.
what is that?
This is ASMR soap. You know what ASMR is? It's a great way to, but you got to have the sound too. So here's the sound. You don't know about this? You, Lin Sun, don't know about this?
No. Should I know about this?
Yes, it's a way to calm your nervous system. And what you do is you listen to these people cutting soap, and for some reason, it just makes you feel better. Do you like it, or what do you think?
I do like it. I'm trying to just listen to it.
Yeah.
Without watching. Oh, cool. Joel's like, Lynn, you need to calm your ass down.
I'm just helping because I know you're a single mom, and I know that this is very stressful. And this is what this show is about. It's called Lunch Therapy, so it's a lot about therapy. And what do you do? I'm going to get on with this because we have a contest that we have to do, of course. But I want to ask you what you do to keep your mind right. So being a comedian can be difficult because, you know, there's a lot of like judgmental shit going on in your head. Like you were saying, like you love comedy, but you didn't think you could do it. How do you overcome those things besides just doing it?
How do I overcome like my fears and my doubts?
Yeah.
Is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
I write. I write a lot. I journal a lot.
Were you a writer before you started? That was one of the questions in the chat room. Were you a writer before you started doing comedy?
I was a writer without knowing I was a writer.
You were.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've always wanted to write a book. I wrote a book to find out I shouldn't write books.
You read a whole book and you found that out?
Shouldn't write a book. Books are not my thing. I'm more like a short form writer or like a blogger or, you know.
Yeah.
I don't write books well and I don't write scripts well.
Okay.
Right. So anyway, but I do write a lot. I journal a lot.
You do.
And I talk to myself a lot in my journal. So I'll
Mm.
write to myself.
Wow,
I'll write to
that's cool.
myself and I'll remind myself of, yeah, you know,
Do you say,
remind myself of
dear
all the
self?
accomplishments I've had.
What do you say to yourself?
Dear self, yes.
And what do you say?
Like, if I'm going really deep, I'll talk to my inner child.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going really, really deep, I'll talk to my inner child and tell her that it's not her fault that her dad was angry. It's not her fault that, you know, she was abused and stuff like that. And I'll comfort my inner child. That's how I break through my fears. But as
really
an adult,
interesting.
I'll remind myself of like, you know, you shot a 1 hour special all on your own and you were able to get funding for it. And, you know, you had a room full of people who were supporting you. And, you know, like I'll have to be my own best friend.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of
like
thing.
that.
I have to
like
like
that.
reparent myself. Yeah.
What was your upbringing like?
Rough. We were my parents, you know, immigrants from Cambodia.
Mhm.
So it was rough. They weren't educated in how to parent, right, and how to raise a child. So my dad just did what he knew, which was physically aggressive.
Mm.
So I grew up in that environment.
Yeah.
And I avoided that part of my life for a very long time. And I think because of comedy, I started to open up that wound and heal it, you know. So that's where my inner child and my reparenting myself comes from. So I had a rough, but it made for good comedy.
Well, you know, one of the things and this is what somebody has told me this, and I don't even know who told me that. I saw you in Adam's show. Maybe the first time I've seen you live, but I've probably seen you before that. Whoop.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, Lin Sun, she's hilarious. And somebody said, oh yeah, she hasn't been doing comedy that long, and she's just like rocketing. And you know, because they said that you had a really strong work ethic, and that you'd already done like a one-woman show, and you'd only been doing it for, I don't know, what, 3 years, something like that.
Yeah.
What were you just holding on to a lot of stuff, and then you know, finally let yourself do it? What is the secret to your work ethic and your, you know, the speed at which you are writing jokes and getting material?
The secret to my work ethic is that I'm a single parent and I'm the only income.
Yeah.
So I'm the only income. I literally don't have like an in-law or, you know, a mom or dad or whoever to help me if I'm in downtimes. So it's just me. And if I don't have the work ethic, then who's paying the bills?
It's
So
so
I have
interesting,
to do it,
because some people would think of that as a an impediment to doing what you're doing, and you're saying it actually is something that fuels you.
Yes, it fuels me very. And I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna be controversial, but I'm gonna say it. I just don't want to be a government. I don't want to live off the government because there's a lot of. I mean, I can, and I have a lot of help from the pandemic, but I'd rather be a wealthy, ambitious, successful single parent than, oh, boo-hoo me, I'm a single mom, help me, you know?
Yeah.
So that fuels me. I guess it's an ego. And I want my son to see and grow up to be attracted to women who are ambitious and independent and work hard. You know? So that's the stuff that I tell myself. So that's where that's where the work ethic comes from. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. And you also have technique. Like, you decided to teach, you know, go out and learn technique as well, which I think is probably a good idea as well. Like you said, taking it seriously when you take classes, because a lot of times if you take it's frustrating sometimes to watch people who are taking like a stand-up class, and they're like, you know, they're almost like withdrawing from it as they're doing it. They're like, how do you use the mic, or, you know, stuff like that. And you're like, come on, you know how to use the mic. You know what I mean? Like, just get in there and do it, you know?
Can I say this though, Joe? Like, I think most people in general, stand-up is very, like, most people don't want to go so deep within themselves. And I think that's where people relate to you in stand-up. But I feel like a lot of people don't want to do that. So they avoid it by, how do I write a joke? And how do I, you know, like you were saying, they try to separate themselves from it instead of like, oh, I got to look within me and talk about my BS. That's rough.
Yeah.
Right?
See, how important
If
do you
that
think
makes sense.
how important do you think being personal is? And, you know, even though you're playing a version of yourself that maybe you're not always like that in life, I don't know, maybe that's a more honest version of yourself. But how important is being
Hmm.
personal in the art of comedy or the craft of comedy?
For me personally, it's very important, but only because my stand-up is very personal, and I
Yeah,
pride myself on people who watch my stand-up knowing that everything I'm saying is the truth.
yeah,
It's a true premise. Everything I'm saying is true. But again, not everyone's like me. Some people do one-liners, and that's amazing too, because that's a skill in itself, and it's very hard.
yeah.
It's a very hard skill, so it's doing whatever works for you. But personally, I prefer a more personal thing to
Yeah,
stand up.
you're right. It's different for everybody. Jay Patterson here says, I'm looking forward to how in-house classes instead of Zoom. Have you found Zoom's hard? Zoom comedy.
For me,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what, you guys, Zoom comedy, I used Zoom comedy to my advantage,
Mm,
because when you do Zoom, um, you can't hide. You can't hide yourself. You have to. Your writing is very. Your writing glares at you when you do Zoom. So I use Zoom to practice my writing skills, to
yeah,
flex my writing muscles, because you don't have a stage, lights, people aren't drunk, you don't have a microphone, you can't do a lot of act outs, so you got to write. So
interesting.
I
That's
use,
interesting that you say
yeah,
it is more intimate because you're just like right into the screen and you're right in the person's living room or whatever, or on their phone
yeah,
or wherever they are. Yeah, that makes a
yeah.
lot
And
of
if you can't
sense.
write a joke, it's very obvious when you can't write a joke
Yeah.
on Zoom.
It also has to be a little bit more compact, I think, than just long drawn out stories and kind of things. All right, we're moving on to
Right. That's, yeah.
yeah, we're going to move on to
Go
the
ahead.
contest because I don't want to lose you because there's,
Okay.
so many variables here. So this is a contest. We're going to now do a contest and I'm going to show
Okay.
you a quote from a comedian. There's going to be three
Okay.
comedians listed and you're going to tell me which one of the comedians is, said the quote.
Okay.
And
Oh my God, I need help from the audience.
the audience is going to compete against you.
Oh,
I know. Isn't that terrible? It's
I
terrible.
feel like Howard's gonna win.
It's all Howard's really good at this. We've done this game twice
I
already,
know.
and Howard's very good
I
at it.
think Howard's.
And also, don't be worried about it. I tried to make it comedians that most of us know, so it's not
Okay.
like just really like obscure comedians or comedians. They're all famous
Right.
comedians. Some of them are
Okay.
I researched. Some of them you are fans of. So
Nice.
let's get it going. Here we go. Contest bumper: Hummingbirds versus Lin Sun. All right, here we are. So the thing is called jokes, and they're jokers, right? Brought to you by Healing Vibration cereal bowls. We saw them at the top of the show. Okay, so here's the first one. Let's see if I can get it going. Hopefully I did not. Hold on. Okay, I got to move the scoreboard because it's way in the way. I think. Okay, so here's the first one. I think it's the duty of the comedian to find out where the line is drawn and cross it deliberately. So that's, that's kind of relevant to what we were talking about, as comedians. Oh, I can't hear you. Let me unmute you. Oh, there you are. Okay, I can hear you.
Can you
Do
hear
you
me
have an
now?
idea? Yeah, I can hear you.
I
Michelle
feel like
Wolf.
it's George Carlin.
Okay, George Carlin. Let's see what some other people are saying in the chat room. Jay Patterson says Lenny Bruce. Let's see. Charles Goldsmith wants to be on your team. On his score.
So we can win.
Howard says Carlin. Ginny Sykes says Michelle Wolf. Terry Rosselli says Lenny Bruce. All right, so we're going to find out if Lynn is right. She said George Carlin. Trish King says Carlin. Sounds like Lenny or George. So okay, we're going to see. If it's Carlin, Lynn wins. If it's not, I guess the Hummingbirds win because they've chosen every other possible. Howard wins. Okay, here we go. It's not Lenny Bruce. Not Lenny Bruce. So you're pretty close. Let's see. It's either Michelle Wolf or George Carlin.
All right.
George Carlin, yes! Woo! See, you're already winning. You're already winning. So you You get a good score there. All right, so let's go on to the next one. Comedy is acting out optimism. Is this the first few are about
Robin
what comedy
Williams.
is? Robin Williams. Interesting. Oh, that's a
Okay.
good one. Let's see what people say in the chat room. Comedy is acting out optimism. I like that. What do you think? Do you think that's true? Are you optimistic in your comedy?
I'm like dark optimistic,
Dark optimistic.
if that makes sense.
I think they call that pessimistic.
I'm an optimist in life, though. That's weird.
Yeah, you are.
That's
You
interesting.
really are. John Peckinpah says Robin Williams. Jenny Sykes says Tig Notaro. Tig Notaro. Just Jay says. Vernus says Robin Williams. Interesting. So you say Robin Williams, right?
Yes, Robin Williams.
Okay. Oh, it is Robin Williams again. Woo! You're going to get the point. Hummingbirds have 0, even though some of them have guessed. I will acknowledge some of you have guessed the correct answer, but you know. Marshall. I love seeing, people love seeing your assistant in the back seat. It's cool. We love seeing your son back here. And please thank you for being on the show. Even though you're behind her head right now, but it's really cool to see you, Ethan. I really, really appreciate you being on the show. You are smart. Okay, so comedy is acting out optimism. Moving on to the next one. Did I give you a point? I don't know. I'm giving you another point. Okay, I just totally got lost. Okay, so comedy is the blues for people who can't sing.
Dave Chappelle.
Interesting. Okay, let's see what the chat room says. That's kind of interesting. So that's like almost the opposite of the optimism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like almost the opposite. John Peckinpah says Chris Rock. What'd you say?
Chris Rock. Because the optimism one, it kind of means the same. He says acting out optimism. So you're just kind of pretending to be optimists.
Oh yeah, acting it out. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Chappelle, Chris Rock, God not to recruit me. I don't know. Chuck's saying. Verna says Chris Rock. Great stash, Ethan. All right, so it is. So okay, the answer is, and you say Dave Chappelle. Let's see.
Chappelle, yeah.
Oh, Chappelle's gone. John Cleese is gone. It is Chris Rock. I chose Chris Rock because he was one of your favorite comedians.
He is.
I don't know why you don't know everything that he said. You have not memorized every single thing he said.
Oh my God.
But you love Chris Rock, right? That's one of your favorites, huh?
I love Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Love him.
Me too. He's fantastic. All right, next one. Oh, the hummingbirds are going to get that point because you didn't get that. Yeah, it says 3-1. Housework won't kill you. But then again, why take the chance?
Damn, that's between Phyllis or Roseanne.
Yeah.
I know it's not Allie.
It's a tough one.
But then again, why take the chance? I'm going to go with Phyllis Diller.
You're going to go with Phyllis Diller. No memo? Yeah, okay, Phyllis Diller. That seems like a good choice. I think you're right. John Peckinpah says Roseanne. Terry Rosselli says Roseanne. Everybody's saying Roseanne, strangely enough.
I know.
That's good. That's good because then we'll have a clear winner.
Either Roseanne or Phyllis. Yeah.
Yeah. Furnace agrees with you with Phyllis. Okay, here we go. It is Phyllis Diller. Yay! You win again. Yay! Oh my God. No, not them. Yeah.
5. Oh yeah, 4. Yeah.
No, you don't get 5. I think you're doing great. You're doing great.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay, so just a few more here. If you'll indulge us. Okay, this is a good one. I used to be a massage therapist, and by that I mean, you know what I mean. So let's see. This is a tough one, isn't it?
Lin Sun.
Oh my God, you think?
Ginny Sykes, that's hilarious. Ginny said that joke.
Let's see. Let's see what the chat room says. Bet Roseanne would say that. She is cool. Lin Sun, Lin Sun. Everybody remembers it from the opening act.
I wanna hear Ginny say that joke. That's
I
hilarious.
do too. I would like to hear that too. That's the fun thing about this contest too, is you go through your head going, trying to hear them say it, you know?
Yeah.
It's
You
great.
do.
Everybody got it.
Yay.
Everyone got it,
Everyone
but
gets the point.
you get the point. The chat room's just outnumbers you, so they don't get it. But that's great. Okay, so moving on. Oh, of course we know it is Lin Sun. Yes. Hopefully I'm not torturing Ethan with this contest. Okay, good. All right, so what I hear when I'm being yelled at is people caring loudly at me. That's a good one. I like that one.
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler, okay. Let's see. Let's see what the chat room says. Does Ethan have something to say? Is he going to say something?
No, he's just being a 5-year-old.
Okay, good. I'm being a 5-year-old
I think it's
too.
Amy Poehler.
You think so? Okay, I'm gonna cruise through this here. I'm just waiting to see if anybody in the chat room chooses somebody. Aquafina, Mindy Kaling. Jay says
Who said?
Mindy.
He said
Peck-
Mindy?
yeah, Peckinpah says Aquafina. And Vernus says Amy Poehler. I think Vernus is pretty good at this game. Too.
Yeah.
She seems to be really kicking ass. Let's see if she's right here. Aquafina. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see who it is. Spartacus. Metal Dan says Spartacus. Mindy. All right. So here we go. It is.
Let's see.
It's between Mindy Kaling and Amy Poehler. And it is. You're right again. You're totally right. You were killing this thing. You were acting like you were going to have a hard time with this, and you're totally killing it.
I thought I was.
Oh my God. Yeah. Charles Goldsmith says, good sport, Ethan. He's a good sport. He really is.
He is a good sport.
Howard says Ginny Sykes. Okay. So can't guess the ones that aren't there. Jeff Lohman has gotten none of these. Of course, he's been living in Thailand for a long time, so maybe he's missing out. You're on fire. Yeah, you are on fire. Everybody's like impressed. All right, here's another one. Amy Poehler's in there again. Stop whining about getting old. It's a privilege. A lot of people who are dead wish they were still alive. Do they? This is a kind of a dark one.
A lot of people. You know what? I don't know this one, but I'm just gonna guess Wanda Sykes because she's my favorite comedian.
She's great. She is great.
Wanda Sykes.
That's why she's here for sure. Okay, we're saying Wanda Sykes. Let's see. Ginny says Wanda. Jay says Wanda. Jeff says two. Jeff's saying two. He's trying to cover two bases here by saying Ken
What did he say?
Sykes. He said Ken Sykes, which is like a mixture. He's probably wrong twice. He's probably wrong twice. Everybody thinks Wanda. Lynn kills everywhere she goes. Wow, that's cool, Metal Dan. I like that. I like that. All right, let's see if she kills here. Wanda Dukes. Must be a typo, though. That must be a typo. I don't think she's trying to cover two bases. Let's see who it is. It is not Ken Jeong. It is not Wanda Sykes. It's Amy Poehler. Did anybody get that? I mean, I don't think everybody guessed Wanda. Yeah.
I know.
It does seem like something she would say. Maybe, who knows? Maybe this quiz is wrong.
No, Poehler.
Okay, this is a funny one. Employee of the month. You read this one. Can you read it?
The good example of how somebody can be both a winner and a loser at the same time.
That's pretty good. Jeff's still at 0%.
I want to, you know what? That sounds like something John Mulaney would say, no?
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like something John Mulaney would say.
Okay. So is that your answer? Is that your answer? It looks like Jay says Mulaney as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mulaney, even though I love Margaret Cho.
Yeah, me too.
I don't even know who Dimitri Martin is.
Some people are guessing Dimitri Martin. Here's Jeff Lohman, who's missed every single one. Just guessed Dimitri Martin. Let's see if he can, stage a comeback. Everybody's saying John Mulaney. It does sound like a John Mulaney thing. And let's see, what is it? Drum roll, please. Oh, Dimitri Martin. You could have never gotten it because you don't even know who he is.
I don't even know who that is.
He's a guy, he's a comedian. He's very intellectual. He says funny stuff and he has like a PowerPoint presentation. He had a show on Comedy Central, I believe. He just to be different. Yeah. So Terry Rosselli got it. Jeff Lohman got one. Congratulations, Jeff Lohman. He says always bet against me. Not in this case. Hummingbirds get one.
Yay.
All right, there's only a few more. I have a lot of growing up to do. I realized that the other day inside my fort.
That sounds like a Zach Galifianakis joke.
Oh, good guess. Let's take a look here. Let's see. All right. Oh, Judy Buckner is here, but she's not weighing in on the quiz. But she says it's
Hi,
good
Judy.
to see Ethan. All right. Let's see. Just Jay is a loser. She says she's a loser. Yeah, you're on the show, Ethan.
I thought I was going to get out of it.
You thought you were going to get out of it? Nope, you certainly weren't. No way. It's great to see you.
Oh my God, ow.
It's great to
Is it
see
Zach
you on the show.
Galifianakis?
Okay, people are saying Zach. John Peckman's saying Zach. You are. Let's see. It is Zach Galifianakis. All right. I think we're going to have to end this thing here because we're getting towards the end of the show. Lots of guesses. Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun, wasn't it? All
Yeah,
right.
it was
Congratulations. You win a shirt. In fact,
Thank you.
yes.
I'm going to
So
rock that shirt too.
you are rocking that shirt. Okay, so we're at the end of the show now. This is the love portion where we thank you for being on the show. And thanks for doing this because I know it's a lot of work. I can see it is a lot of work. And so I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate your humor and your openness. I have to ask you both to do one more thing for me. And that is at the end of the show, we play a cover song and we dance. So we're going to try, just do a little like in the car dancing. It doesn't have to be fancy.
Okay.
And we're going to play the song. We're going to dance our way out. And please, Ethan, get your dance on. Okay.
Ethan, you want
I
to
know
dance?
he can hear me. No, he can hear me. Yeah. You just pop your head up. All right. Yes. Perfect. All right, here we go. It's a dance break. It's something all the way back from the 70s.
Okay.
So definitely Ethan will remember it because the show is cruising. I know it is, isn't it? All right, here we go. Here we go. Dance break time. Are you ready? All right.
Justin, ready?
This is Phoenix Mendoza. These guys are great.
Ready.
I'm going to get you all some help too. Some animal help. Some dancing banana help. Dancing lizard. All right, let's get this thing going. Dancing baby. All right, let's go. Oh, yeah. I've got you muted for some reason.
Uncle, but you want to dance?
Yeah, Ethan, dance it. Bring it on home, Ethan. We're dancing.
You can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Music loud, women walk, been kicked around since I was born, and it's alright.
Ethan, you got some big fans out there. You got some huge fans. Dance like everyone's watching, yeah.
Dance like everyone's watching.
Yeah. Come on. Come on, Ethan.
No. He's shy. But look at the guitar.
Look at that guitar. You like guitars?
He got
You
a
like
guitar
guitar?
from Uncle Howard.
Oh, yeah. He's gone now. Disappeared.
Look at this banana.
See the banana?
that what it's saying?
Staying alive.
Yeah.
Staying alive.
What about the lizard?
What is that banana?
Look at the lizard. Look, he's with you. He's dancing around with
Look at
you.
the lizard.
Going nowhere. Somebody help me.
Oh no, they're frozen. Oh yeah, they're there. Yeah, the lizard's dancing with you, Ethan.
Not going nowhere. Somebody help me.
It's gonna crush you.
Somebody help me, please.
He's dancing, baby. That's my inner child, yeah. My inner child's dancing in the middle.
The chat is hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks everyone
Cha-cha.
for watching. They're so fun.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. It's been super fun. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks, Ethan. Thanks, Phoenix Mendoza. And we'll all see you whenever we see you. Maybe Tuesday for Tuesday's show. Keep staying alive.